Let us create magic together. Hi, happy Monday, and welcome to Now, the fun news show hosted by me, Curtis P. Today we're kicking off the show by talking about Canada Day, because if you didn't already know, it is one of the most glorious days of the year, at least if you're a Canadian. Celebrated on July 1st every single year, it's Canada Day, everyone. The awesome time of the year when you go outside, you enjoy the beautiful fireworks, you have like a barbecue, because that's always fun. Enjoy some concerts, there's always free ones of those all over the place. Maybe there's like a carnival in town. It's freaking awesome. Of course, Canada Day really, besides being a time to go outside, eat some great food, watch some really pretty looking lights, and then of course get hammered all at the same time, it does mark a fairly significant time in Canada's history. It of course marks the day Canada became a country. That of course being the time when 3 colonies actually joined together into a single one. That happened during the Constitutional Act of 1867. So if you do your math, that means that as of today, Canada is 146 years old. So yeah, awesome day to be in one of the most amazing countries in the world. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Love you. And now that I probably just broke my microphone, let's move on to the very next topic of the day, Apple. Because Apple's awesome. I love Apple. It's full of technology news. Technology news is so much fun. Apple has apparently filed a patent in Japan for an iWatch. Yes, that's right, people. It appears that the new watch-type technology that Apple's kind of been looking into for a while may finally turn into something we could actually buy. Tim Cook has even said in the past that the wearable products that he sees right now are actually a really cool idea, and they're ripe for exploration. Meaning Apple could make one and then make a ton of frickin' money. Money, money, money! If this device does turn into something, we could possibly see it in the fall, though that's just an estimation. That would fall in line with the release of the new iPhone 5S, the new thinner iPads, and of course new iPods. So maybe an iWatch would work in there quite well. Crowdsourcing. Our next topic of the day has everything to do with crowdfunding, because that seems to be like the new thing, like it's the trend of 2013. It's official, you can now crowdfund your very own tiny spaceship. And by tiny, I mean like incredibly small, so small that it's like, can you classify that as a spaceship? The spaceship is a small disc, it's smaller than a CD, and it's as thin as a piece of paper. This disc will be shot into space, and it has like a little solar panel on it and like a little chip to like send out a signal, and it will be sent to the moon, and then it will like fly down and land on the moon. During this entire trip, the disc itself will transmit its location back to Earth, and then you'll be able to have like your smartphone and be like, oh, I can see where the disc is, it's approaching the moon. Also, if it is on the moon, what purpose? It doesn't serve any purpose to me. Like, it's just like, yes, I put a piece of paper on the moon, and it has my face on it, because you can't customize them, but like still, what's the point? Anyway, the whole goal of this entire crowdfunding thingamajig is £290,000, which of course is a lot of money, but of course it's a spaceship, so it, costs a lot of money to build the spaceship thing that will hold all the little pieces of paper and stuff like that. They have 60 days though to raise all of the money necessary to actually put this all together. Now, if they do raise the money in 60 days, well, the 3-year-long mission will actually start. Meaning, like, if it were to happen today, if everything were to be funded as of right now, well, of course, it wouldn't be until 2016 when we would actually see this thing launch into space. So, kind of a long time into the future to really think about that. All right, from space and exploration and crowdfunding and all that's a crowdfunding. Get it right. Anyway, crowdfunding. Let's move on to something that's a little more Frankenstein here. Head transplants. Yes, I said that correctly. Head transplants. The act of taking a head from one body and putting it on another. Soon it may be possible to transplant one head to another. It's like freaking crazy. Scientists are looking into it as being the final resort in the event that your whole body just seems to be shutting down, but your brain and everything up here seems to be functioning properly. They will take your head and put it on another body. Keeping in mind, though, that you will not be as fully functioning as you currently are. You may or may not be able to walk. You will be able to hear and stuff like that and see, because that's all kind of self-contained up here. As for touch and stuff, like in your hands or even being able to move your hands, again, that's kind of an iffy thing. The reason it's kind of iffy is because, well, all of that is kind of controlled by your spinal cord. Like, electrical impulses come from your brain and they travel down your spinal cord in your neck and like down your back, and then, you know, the electrical impulses go out to your muscles. The problem they're having is connecting the spinal cord of the new body to the old head. You know, like your head, the new body, connecting them together. They're having some problems getting them to connect. Now, if you're wondering, Curtis, how would they transplant one head to another body? Well, it's actually a very good question, and I will answer it for you. So first of all, both bodies need to be with, of course, heads. They need to be in the same room. Surprise, surprise. They need to be in the same room, and they need to be chilled. The head actually needs to be cooled to 55 to 59 degrees Fahrenheit. The donor body then will need to be chilled as well and put into cardiac arrest, meaning that your heart is no longer functioning. The head will then quickly be severed off of one body and transplanted onto the other and then connected. After that is done, the heart is then restarted on the new body. Now, of course, as this sounds, it's extremely risky, but of course, it could work. And that's the thing they're kind of getting at. Like, if your body is completely useless, and again, this being a final thing before you die, you know, it's either death or you get a body transplant, and like, you know, that might be all right. I think it's a really cool advancement in technology. I'm kind of all for, though, the idea that, like, the Futurama aspect, like, if you could just put my head in like a jar and then I just eat fish food for the rest of my life, I'm not really opposed to that. So friends, jumping back to the topic about head transplants, do you ever think it'll become the norm? Like, you know, you can just like go to the hospital and you're like, I need to get a head transplant. And then they're like, which body would you like? Would you like this body or this body or this body? And then you pick one, and then that's just how it is. Do you think that'll ever become the norm? Maybe not like that. Maybe that's just a crazy fantasy. Anyway, you can let me know in the comment section down below, or hey, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. You can leave comments on those pages because I would love to know what you think. And that's it for today's show. I can't wait to see you all again tomorrow. And of course, if you enjoyed today's show, don't forget to hit up that like button and subscribe for more great free now content every single day of the week. So until tomorrow, I'm Curtis Paradis, and that's what's happening now. And right now, I think I'm gonna go get myself a head transplant. Crazy muscle body, gonna get one. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. You can of course check out more videos that I create by clicking on them below. Check out Now for the latest news happening in the world right now, Paradise Gaming for some fun gameplay videos, or of course my personal vlog channel to see what I'm doing outside of my studio. Also, if you're interested in supporting the show and getting some new clothes for yourself, just like this shirt, you can pick up this one if you want. Check out the store at thecurtisparadystore.ca. Bye everyone.